The national champion is clad in big orange.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. That's the ball game. The national champion is clad in big orange.
Pat Summit and Destiny have met 7 times before. Tonight is number 8.
Tennessee Volunteers have wrapped up an SEC outright regular season title. Connect with
the SEC runs through Rocky Top. Tennessee wins the SEC regular season crown for the 2nd consecutive season.
the 1-0. In the air, right center field. Rock's on the move. Rock get there. Tennessee walks it off. It's a mismatch. Deep range. Come on now. And don't connect. Probably trying this time. Indeed. New hand there. Down the middle. Got it. The fly is high and again. And he's going to take it. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Hey, how much fun is this?
Man, Rocky Top, this is college football and it's absolute best.
This is college athletics. It's absolute best, man. Welcome into another episode of All Fanatics Show. I am Michael with my co-host Skylar. Skylar, how you doing tonight on this St. Patrick's Day stream?
St. Patty's Day. Yeah, I am not wearing green today. I'm so sorry. I've not been festive, but I tell you what, it's been, what a week it has been here for us, for my community in particular. I'm going to just go ahead and get it off the way, man. I got to give a quick shout out to the Lady Raiders basketball team, my alma mater at Richland High School. They went to state for I don't know, it feels like the 3rd year in a row, but they brought it home. It's like they finally got it done. They went into overtime in the semifinal game to get to the championship game of state. And then Chad Hall and the ladies, man, what a team they are, and how they rallied and got the win. That was awesome, dude. And I tell you what, I didn't think I'd ever pay to watch people that quite honestly I don't know. Like I've been removed from that high school. I mean, I graduated in 2018, but yeah, I did. I was locked in, dude. It was fun to watch, and well deserved for the ladies, but also for that coach and that family. That, man, they've worked so hard, so long to bring something like that home, and they finally got it done. So big shout out to the Lady Raiders. You made your community, your alma mater, the alumni. You made everybody proud, and I hope that our community, and I know they did, show that, because I think they went and partied at Dwight Clark Stadium, the gymnasium. I think they partied at like midnight that night, bro. It was crazy. So, no, man, it was awesome.
Yeah, I don't blame them whatsoever. I wish I could have been at the game. My cousin, Elizabeth Gordon, shout out to her. She made All-State on the team, or for the team in this one. I wish I could have been there. Unfortunately, I had to work that night, but the rest of my family was there supporting. A big shout out to Bailey Blair for winning the MVP of the state tournament as well.
She's a dog.
Well deserved, but just kudos to the Richland Lady Raiders all around. Coach Chad Hall, you've already mentioned him. I mean, he's a warrior, man. He's to be totally honest, the title has been eluding him for quite some time, but he finally got it done. Those ladies got it done, and it was nothing but adversity during that entire tournament. Okay. I mean, the first round wasn't too big because they did end up winning that one pretty handily. But yeah, you mentioned it, that semifinals game that went into overtime, and then the state championship game, they were down with, what was it, like 15 seconds to go, and a big 3-pointer by Danny Galloway to give them the lead. You get the stop that you need. Actually, that was with like a minute to go. You get the stop that you need with like 12 seconds, and then just held on to it from there. Fantastic. I told the rest of my family, I said my only critique that I had at the end of it was the whole team should have came out and dogpiled, not just the players that were on the court. They all just sat there and watched. But no,
I think the biggest story of it, I think that made it so much more special, is like they had a senior, McNeese. I don't know her, but like she had an injury going into the championship game, and I don't even know if she played in the championship game. You realize how
She got
hard?
to play just a little bit.
Okay, I was going to say, you realize
she
how
had
hard
restricted
that's got to
minutes.
be to sustain an injury as a senior going into the state championship game? Like, dude, just, man, the way that team rallied around her, it was a great story. Man, it's awesome. They got to bring it home, and man, I didn't realize how huge that trophy is either. That's insane.
Do you not think that she probably pulled one of those? I don't care what you got to do. This is state. This is my senior year.
Dude,
I'm playing in this game one way or
There's
another.
a fine line.
I know I would have.
Well, there's a fine line. Like, as her, like, this is where I think the maturity is just such young ladies, because, like, in a way, yes, because I would be hard-headed, be like, especially on my baseball team, if we ever got to that point, like, there's no way my baseball coach was taking me out. But then also the belief and the trust that she had in the ladies behind her to pick her up, and to know that those ladies at 100% might have been producing a little bit better than her at 50%. The trust and belief that she had in her girls to pick her up, man, that's just, man, bro, what a week it was for them ladies. That was awesome, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But let's get right into this this big show that we got tonight. Before we do that, Skylar, will you give us our presenting show sponsor?
You already know it's P&L Business Services. We know firsthand that getting your monthly reporting, invoicing, bill pay, taxes, and other essential business services right is critical. That's why at P&L Business Services, we go beyond bookkeeping by providing you with everything you need in your back office so you can have your time back and the peace of mind to do what you love most, which is building your business. Behind every successful business is a great bookkeeper. Guys, if you feel like you're struggling as an entrepreneur, but not necessarily with the customer service, but just trying to stay afloat with the paperwork, don't let that take you down, guys. Like seriously, go online to pnlbusinessservices.com. Let the fine folks out of Oak Ridge help you guys out on the back end with the taxes, with the bookkeeping, with the accounting, everything. And that way you can continue to focus on what you love doing, which is genuinely just doing the job. And then letting P&L Business take care of everything behind the scenes. We really appreciate those folks. They believed in us from the start. And, I truly believe in what they are doing. They are a family company, started very, very small, almost like a side job, just a few years back. And now they've grown into like a company of 8 to 9 employees in-house. And it's just awesome, man. I love to see what they're doing and how they're doing it. So thank you, P&L Business Services. All right. Give us the rundown. I think this is going to be a March Madness heavy show, and I'm totally okay with that. But tell the folks what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, so tonight we are going to start off. We're going to fill out our men's brackets in segment 1, and because this is going to be a March Madness show, we can take it as long or as short as we want to. I know that I might have a little bit more to say about some of these teams than Skylar does, just because I am the basketball guy here. So where Skylar would normally go more in depth in baseball or in football, I'll probably go a little bit more in depth with some of my picks. Segment 2, we're going to look at the women's bracket. We're going to fill it out as well on here. And then segment 3, we are going to talk a little bit about baseball and softball, a little spring practice update for football as well. Probably won't give much thoughts on basketball, because all the basketball is going to be focused on filling out the bracket tonight. But we can definitely give some thoughts whenever we get to Tennessee in both brackets. But let's get right into all of this. Let's not stall any further, as our segment 1 sponsor, it is Optimal Asbestos Services. Optimal Asbestos Services offers detailed asbestos inspections and air quality assessments. Whether you're looking to secure your home or workplace, you can trust Optimal Asbestos Services to deliver thorough and reliable solutions. Contact Jeff Mull at 865-223-3297 for your consultation today, or go on the web at optimalasbestosservices.com. All right, Skylar, do you want to go first or second?
Dude, I want it first. I don't want none of your opinions. Okay. I got this. Pull up my screen.
Let's go over here. Pull up Mr. Skylar's bracket.
That's it, dude. This is not a perfect bracket. I'm not going to be one of those guys that are like, we're picking the perfect bracket, because, dude, it's just impossible. You're not going to do it. But it's going to be better than yours. That's all I care about. So,
is that right?
I don't think it was last year, so I got some redemption to do here. We starting in the East or the West region? What you think?
Let's just start in the East.
Let's do it. That's not hard. Duke's winning the first game, and then we're immediately into the 8-9 matchup that will face Duke. And to be quite honest with you, I didn't realize Ohio State had a basketball team. So give me TCU. Ohio State, I've just never felt like it's ever been good at basketball. I don't even think they made the tournament last year in the men's side. So, yeah, give me TCU. That'll be my first upset. Getting it out of the way early and often, but give me TCU. St. John's is definitely going to beat Northern Iowa. I know that the 12 is going to be to 5 at some point, but it's not going to be here. Give me Kansas. I'm going to go mostly chalk here. I'm not going to lie, but Louisville is going to beat South Florida. Michigan State in March, you just can't bet against it, especially in the first round or two. Rhonda said, I stink at brackets. I can't go against my team. I feel that, Rhonda. Like, the last thing I want to do is get to, like, especially, like, the Sweet 16. If I can get my Vols to the Sweet 16, I'm riding them all the way. Like, I don't want to have to root against another team or, root against my team to root for another team. That's just no shot. But that leaves me with UCLA and UCF. And this is an intriguing matchup. I know nothing about either team. Do you know anything about UCLA? I know the women's UCLA team is like number 1 seed, I think. They're solid. But do you know anything about the men's?
I know UCLA men went on a run in the Big Ten tournament, made the semifinals. I mean, they've been playing a little bit hotter as of late, but I think they struggled starting off the season.
I don't know anything about UCF either.
I know nothing about UCF basketball.
All right. Give me UCLA. I'm gonna stay chalky with teams that I don't know. Do we want to finish out the East region, or how do you want to do this?
Yeah, go ahead and finish out the East region.
Bet. Duke's going all the way. St. John's and Kansas is gonna be such a good game. Holy crap. Golly. Kansas just made it to their championship game. I think they beat Houston. I feel like Kansas is a better team. I feel like that's going to hurt me. I think St. John's might win that, but it'll be all right. Louisville, Michigan State. Is it Tom Izzo?
It's Tom Izzo.
You can't. I don't know.
Tom Izzo in March, man.
UConn is a solid team. I'm going to go with UConn. So, yeah, I'm looking very chalky. I've got the top 4 seeds making the Elite 8. UConn is beatable. I'm going to ride Michigan State. I think they have a better year this year. And then give me Duke. Duke, Michigan State for the or that would be the Elite 8 matchup. I'm sorry. So Duke, Michigan State for the Final Four, and man, Duke's just really good if they ride that player that they got, man. That Tennessee played in the preseason, right? And
Cam Boozer.
Dude, he's just solid, bro. I just feel like he's going to take over. So give me Duke. I'll round it out with the number 1 seed in the East region. That's what I got.
All right, so let me pull up my bracket here. We'll start off Duke and Siena. I completely agree with you on that one. Duke is going to get a win. Ohio State and TCU. So I've listened to quite a few different people that I don't know if you would call them experts or not, but kind of give their tips on filling out brackets. And they say that the majority of the time in the 8-9 matchup, you want to go with whichever team is the underdog, because over the last 5 years, the underdog has won like 80% of the matchups.
Oh my goodness. The analytics.
But I'm going against this, and I'm going to go Ohio State to win this game over TCU.
Good for you.
I mean, Ohio State, they've played pretty decent this year. Obviously, not as good as they have in the past. Because, early 2000s, they were a very good basketball team. But I think they're starting to get back to some of their old ways. I do think I agree with you on this game of St. John's, Northern Iowa. There's going to be a 5-12 upset somewhere, but it's not going to be this one. I think St. John's takes it in the first round. Kansas and Cal Baptist, I'm staying a little bit chalky right now with you. I'm going Kansas. I think there could be.
I'm waiting on that first upset pick, buddy.
There could be a 4-13 upset somewhere, but it's not this one. This is where we're going to see it, Skylar. I'm not a believer in Louisville. I'm not a believer in Louisville at all.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
South Florida came out and won their conference title So I'm going to go South Florida, who seems to be playing a little bit
I
hotter
love it.
ball right now than Louisville.
I love it.
Michigan State, North Dakota State. You can't,
No,
you can't
you
count
can't.
out Tom Izzo and
Can't.
March.
He's
man.
at least winning a game, dude. Like, there's no shot.
He's winning one game. This is not 2015 MTSU against Michigan State. This
That's
is
right.
this is different. Michigan State's going to win. UCLA and UCF. I'm actually going to go UCLA as well. They just seem to be getting it together. I know Rhonda said that there could be some locker room issues going on there. Very well could be, and UCF could end up pulling it out. But I do know, after looking it up, UCF right now has lost 4 of their last 5 games going back to the regular season. So kind of trending in the opposite direction. UConn and Furman. I don't know if there's going to be a 2-15 upset this year. It seems like there is almost every year. If it is, I don't think it's this game.
Let it be
so
Purdue, please.
Give me UConn. Duke and Ohio State. I think this could be a closer game than what Duke would want it to be, but give me Duke to win this one. Kansas and St. John's. This one is not as hard for me because even though I said St. John's was going to get past Northern Iowa, I'm not a believer in St. John's this year either.
Okay.
They got some upsets in their Big East tournament, but they have not beaten a good team outside of conference play this year. So give me Kansas to win this game. Michigan State and South Florida. I think the South Florida could make it interesting, but Michigan State wins.
I like it.
UConn and UCLA. I think this is going to be a fantastic matchup, but I think that UConn is going to pull it out to
UConn's
make
a
the
solid
Sweet
team,
16.
man. It's hard not to root against the teams that you just know, like, over the course of the season, just have been proven to be the better team. You know what I mean? I understand it's basketball. That's why it's hard to predict a perfect bracket, because it doesn't matter if a team's shooting 60% from the field, like, they're going to win. It's hard to predict that, right? So you just got to go what you got.
Yep. Duke and Kansas. I do think that this was going to be a close game as well, but give me Duke to win. Michigan State and UConn. Taking Tom Izzo in March, man. And then
Baby.
I'm actually taking Tom
Oh!
Izzo to make the Final Four this year.
Good
I
for
think
you,
that,
bro.
I
Way
think
to
that his
bust the
team is
ones
going to
making
make a run.
So last year, all 4 1 seeds made the Final Four.
Yep.
I don't want to see that this year, man. That kind
I
of took
don't-
away the lust of the tournament almost.
Yeah, I
So-
don't think that's going to happen this year.
I don't
that
think
you're
it's
gonna
going to
have
either,
a
so.
1 seed go down at some point before the Final Four. But
All right, I love it. I love it. So we've got some difference already. I love it. All right, let's get it.
So
You gonna
I'll
go ahead and go?
I'll go ahead with the West bracket.
Let's do it.
Let me write down this time here.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah,
Rhonda says she agrees with you. She's taking Michigan State.
Yeah, I just feel like they've got a really good team this year. I think that they can make some noise in this tournament, make that Final Four. But the West side, Arizona and Long Island, I don't even think this contest is close. I think Arizona just mops the floor with Long Island.
Dude, how much are we missing Tobe Awaka, dude? Oh, my God.
Man,
He's balling.
Can you imagine if we had him on this team to add with the rest of the post players that we got?
He's balling, bro.
Man, and he's coming off the bench too and still doing it. I mean,
He's still averaging over,
amazing.
double digits a game, and like almost. I mean, he's almost averaging a double. I feel like with Arizona. I mean, it's just man.
Yeah. So we got Villanova and Utah State, and another 8-9 matchup. Villanova came on late in the tournament, late in the regular season. They were 1 and done in the conference tournament to St. John's. Utah State is historically a pretty decent basketball team, and in this one I am going to take the 9 seed Utah State to win against Villanova.
There you go.
Wisconsin and High Point. This one excites me. I don't know if you've seen, but High Point has got a white kid that can shoot. And we know, based on history, there is one team that's got a white kid that can absolutely ball out from downtown that busts people's brackets. I think this is where it happens. Give me High Point over Wisconsin.
Whew.
Arkansas and Hawaii. Hawaii's been a pretty good team the majority of the year, but Arkansas is getting hot at the right time. I mean, they just came out of the conference tournament, won the whole
Dude,
thing.
you can't not pick Arkansas here.
Give me Arkansas. BYU against either Texas or NC State. This game is going to be coming on here in about, about an hour, I think, is when this game comes on, the Texas-NC State game. I don't know who's going to win that one. I'm kind of thinking NC State will, but give me BYU to win this game. I think it's going to be close regardless of who they play, but I think that BYU does pull it out. Gonzaga and Kennesaw State. I'm going to take Gonzaga in this one. I think Kennesaw State keeps it pretty close, though. Miami and Missouri is a really, really intriguing matchup. Missouri has got T.O. Barrett and Mark Mitchell that can just go off for a total of 60 points between the two of them at any given night.
But the problem is if they don't go off for 60 points.
Exactly. That's
Missouri's in trouble.
Yeah. And Miami has played pretty good this year overall. To me, this one is a toss-up. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of SEC bias here, and I'm going to pick Missouri to win. But this one could really go either way. I feel like whatever bracket I fill out, I'm going to go back and forth between these two teams as far as which one moves to the round of 32.
I got you. Yeah, for sure.
Purdue and Queens. If there was a 15-2 upset, I think this is where it's at. But I'm not going to pick it because I just feel like Purdue is going to find a way to pull it out, but it's going to be a much closer game than what they want it to be. So give me Purdue in that one. Arizona and Utah State. This has got the makings to be a game that could be closer than Arizona likes, but Arizona's just a complete team, man. I think that they're going to win this one, no problem. Arkansas and High Point. I think this is going to be a very uncomfortable game for Coach Cal and his crew. Is going to need Acuff to really go off in this game. I am going to take Arkansas, but in a very close game. BYU and Gonzaga. Another team that I'm not a believer in is Gonzaga this year. They've dropped games that they really shouldn't have this year. So I'm going to take BYU to make the Sweet 16 over Gonzaga. Missouri and Purdue. This is where I think the lack of help around Barrett and Mitchell could hurt Missouri, and I think that Purdue ends up pulling one out against the Tigers. Arizona and Arkansas. Once again, I'm going to take Arizona to beat Arkansas. I just feel like even though Arkansas has got a lot of talent, they can play with Arizona. I think just the depth of Arizona is going to be too much for the Razorbacks in the end. BYU and Purdue. I think this is where BYU gets the best of Purdue. I think that they'll make the Elite Eight, making a big run after a kind of disappointing end of the season. But then that's where the run comes to an end, as Arizona is going to make the Final Four, beating the BYU Cougars.
I love it. There's that number one seed coming through. All right, let's get it started. Michigan's definitely going to win over. Oh, no, I'm in the wrong region now. I was scrolling through earlier. My bad. Arizona's going to win. I'm going to take Villanova over Utah State. I've already picked my 9 over 8 earlier. So I'm going to balance that out a little bit. I'm going to take Villanova. I'm going to take Rhonda's advice, too, because she said Villanova is typically a tournament team. I like High Point. I really do. But I'm going to stay safe here and go with Wisconsin and have the 4 versus 5 matchup coming up, as Arkansas is for sure getting by Hawaii. Here's where I'm going to disagree, and this is where you talk about brackets changing dramatically. I think Texas beats NC State, and I also think Texas will get the upset over BYU. I think Texas can make that happen. If
they very well could.
They have a really good couple of players, really, and if they get hot, I get it. BYU is probably the better overall team, but I don't know. I'm just feeling Texas here. I think they'll get it done. Give me Gonzaga over Kennesaw State, and then give me. See here, I wanted to agree with you because I typically go SEC bias, but that has hurt me so bad in the previous brackets I've ever done in the last 3 years, because the SEC will typically lose about 60% of their first round games.
Yep.
So I just hate to do it, but I'm gonna go Miami over Missouri, and then give me Purdue.
I mean, Miami's a very good team.
Yeah. I mean, Missouri, and that hurts because I know Missouri is capable. I mean, we lost to Missouri, but anytime it seems like I bet on the SEC, they let me down. And I just took a chance on Texas. That'll probably let me down. And then Missouri will probably win. Like, it'll probably be the exact opposite of what I just picked here, but whatever. Let's ride. Give me Arizona over Villanova. I think I agree with you. They're just the better team. I'm going to take Arkansas over Wisconsin as well. Can we trust Cal in the tournament? No.
I mean, that's a fair point, but
they just won the SEC. I think that's bad juju. I don't think they're going to make it past Arizona. I don't think.
I feel like he's been better in the tournament at Arkansas than he was at Kentucky. So there's that, but I don't think that he makes a Final Four run.
You know what? I just had to change your heart right here. It's March Madness, right?
Yep.
Screw it. Arkansas beats Arizona. Why not? Give me Gonzaga over Texas. Yeah, I kind of skipped a thing there, but it'll be all right. Give me Purdue over Miami. And then give me Gonzaga over Purdue to where it is Gonzaga, Arkansas for the chance of the Final Four.
Is he taking Cal or is he taking Gonzaga?
Give me the Razorbacks, buddy.
Coach Cal in the Final Four. Okay.
I've got a Final Four appearance for the SEC champions, tournament champions, that is, Arkansas. I think it's the one way I can see this happening, because I don't think it will, but is you do have, like, the best player in college basketball. So as long as he stays hot, he can probably take you as far as you need to go. The problem with Arkansas is they don't play defense worth a lick. So if they're not shooting 50% of the floor and scoring 100 points, they're giving up 100 points. And so that can actually get them beat. But I think for tournament play, it does fit Arkansas' style of game. And I'd love to see a 4 seed make the Final Four, man. Just let's change it up, man. Let's go.
Yep, let's do it. I was going to say, choose your path, either South or Midwest.
I'm going to go Midwest just because I already picked Michigan. Georgia over St. Louis. Is it Louis or Louis? Louis?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Louis Vuitton. Give me St. Louis to upset Georgia. Again, hard to ride the SEC, and I just rode Arkansas all the way to the Final Four. So I got to be very cautious now because I'm telling you, SEC just over the past has not performed in the first round whatsoever. So give me that upset. That's my second 9/8 upset. And here is where I am actually going to pick my 12/5. I am going to pick one. It's going to be here over Texas Tech. Give me Akron. I have no basis on this. I literally have never watched either one of those teams play. Alabama is an interesting story. So let's elaborate. Alabama's second best player, is it Holiday?
Yeah, Aiden Holloway.
Aiden Holloway just got busted 2 days ago with over, I think, right at a pound of marijuana. But he ain't playing. He averaged over, I think, 17 points a game.
Matter of fact, he's no longer on campus.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they didn't even give Nate Oates the option, because if Nate Oates would have had the option, he would have found a way to be like, oh, wrong place, wrong time. You know, it's just he would have made up something and let the guy play. Like, no. University actually did not. I mean, they've seen the way Nate Oates has handled. Dude, a capital murder he let play on the basketball team. Like, let's just be honest with you. Like, that, and then the way he handled the Bidiaco situation. Like, I love that the University of Alabama, like, just completely took the keys out of his court. So, yeah, Alabama's without their second best player. Hofstra's not a slouch.
No.
So, one of two things. Either that gets to Alabama and they get upset and one and done, or Alabama plays, very inspiring, despite all the noise. I don't know which way I want to go. I'm going to take Alabama. Be safe. Tennessee is definitely going to win the first round matchup. Virginia Wright State. Give me Virginia. I think it's going to be a Tennessee-Virginia round of 32. Kentucky, Santa Clara.
Is he going to have the SEC bias, or is he going to have the Tennessee orange glasses on?
This is not a good matchup for Kentucky.
No, it is not.
It's not, dude. Like, everybody wants to talk about the possibility of, and I'll be the first one to say it, like Kentucky, Tennessee possibly matching up again in the Sweet 16. I don't know if either team's making it, but like especially Kentucky, man, they got a hard road. Because even if I give them the win here, I don't think they're gonna pass Iowa State. And so I don't think this game matters too much as far as like full scale points wise, but I'm gonna ride Kentucky, and I'm gonna let it. I'm picking Texas A&M to upset St. Mary's, so that'll be my other 10/7. So give me Kentucky, but boy, that might be a close game. Iowa State. I'm picking Iowa State over Kentucky. Virginia, Tennessee, man.
That's tough.
I'm gonna pick the boys, but I'm being flat out honest with you right off the bat. I don't think they're making it past Iowa State. So I'm gonna just go ahead and pick Iowa State. I don't want to talk about it. I want to ride the boys, and I want my bracket to be wrong if they make it to the Final Four. I'm just gonna hate that the one year I didn't take them to the Final Four they get there. But whatever, I don't care. But I'm gonna take, just because I think a Sweet 16 is acceptable. Like I would take that. I think, especially with the way the season's gone, like I've wanted the Tennessee team to be better, but I just don't think they are. Like I just think it is what it is at this point. Too inconsistent all the way around, and the only way Tennessee can make it past Iowa State, we need Jacoby Gillespie of old to kind of come back, be that shooter, stop relying. I felt like we've kind of fallen into the let Nate Ament do his thing and like let's all just watch him, and that's not how we need to play. We need to get the bigs involved. Jacoby Gillespie needs to become a better shooter. More accurate, but overall, give me Iowa State. And then I'm going to take Alabama over Akron to play Michigan. I think Michigan will get by Alabama to where, boom, I'm back to talk. Michigan versus Iowa State. And I'm going to ride Michigan. Give me one. There we go.
All right, so Michigan making the Final Four going up against Arkansas.
That's right. That's what I got.
All right, so let me pull my bracket back up here.
Oh,
Michigan.
Rhonda said Rhonda may have the biggest hot take of the night. She is so wrong on this. This is exactly why we're not going to make it to this week. There's no shot we're hitting foul shots.
Rhonda, I would love for you to be correct, but I don't see it happening at this point.
No shot.
If it hasn't happened by now, it's not going to happen.
It's not.
All right, so Michigan, it's looking like they will end up playing Howard, as Howard is up by 9 right now with 3 minutes left to go in the game. It doesn't matter. Michigan's going to win this game. Georgia and St. Louis. I'm going to ride with you on this one. I'm going to take St. Louis. Georgia is so on and off, and more off than they are on, especially as of late. I can't trust them in the first round of this tournament, so give me St. Louis to win that one. Texas Tech and Akron. Akron, as you mentioned, is not a slouch, but I do think Texas Tech is going to pull this one out. But I'm going to go just the opposite on this one. I think that some of the off-the-court stuff is going to hurt Alabama in this case. I don't think that they're going to be able to hit the three-pointers like they need to. Holloway is going to hurt them, not having him on the court.
Yeah, it's their second leading scorer, man. That is not a little, issue. That's a big deal. I aged myself, Mike, when I shouldn't have done this, but now Rhonda knows that we're babies, and she hit us with the listen to your elder comment. Come on now.
Can't do that to us, Rhonda.
Can't do that to us. I got to be better.
Am I the only one that's nervous about Tennessee's first round matchup, regardless of if they play Miami of Ohio or SMU? Because I'm extremely nervous about that.
Is Miami of Ohio the team that went undefeated?
That's the team that went undefeated and then
how
got
in the
beat
world are they
tournament.
such a low seed?
They nearly didn't even make it into the tournament because they were
They were like
apparently have
31-0, dude.
but they have not played any meaningful competition this year,
I see what you're
according to different people.
Okay.
But that is not their fault. I actually looked back, and I was watching some of these March Madness shows before the bracket came out. They asked to schedule different Power 5 teams, and those teams said no.
But now here's what I will say though. You got to credit them for finding ways to win. It's not like they ran the building, ran every team out of the building in this run.
Mm-hmm.
I think at the end of the day, Tennessee can really play bully ball with either one of these teams. I think Tennessee's bigger than both of them.
I agree, and that's why I'm going to take Tennessee to win. But I feel like it's going to be a very
Tennessee to win because you're a
uncomfortable.
fan, and
that too. But I think it's going to be very uncomfortable for Tennessee going down the stretch.
Dude, if we lose, I'm just gonna not come live the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
All right. Virginia is going to win over Wright State.
Yep.
Call me a hater, man. Call me a hater.
I love it. Yes. He's going
and
against Alabama and Kentucky, dude.
And it's not just because I'm a Tennessee fan. We've already mentioned, this is a very bad matchup.
Dude, it's a terrible matchup. Santa Clara's a good team.
Santa Clara is a very good team that can play with a lot of different teams. And Kentucky is so inconsistent. They can come out one night and look like world beaters. They can come out and they can get blown out of the building by Missouri. And that's not a shot at Missouri. That's just two teams that should match up well together. And Missouri, blew them out of the building there at the end of the regular season.
I think to your point though, Kentucky and Missouri are almost built the same, dude. If Otega Owe and the other player for Kentucky don't have like solid games, they're dead in the water. Like I just don't see how it works. Santa Clara, if they're in any other conference, I feel like they're like a 7 to 6 to maybe even 5 seed. But because they're in the situation they're in, the best they could get was a 10 seed. I'm telling you, man, that is a tough situation. And conversations around Nick Pope get really interesting if they. I don't care that they beat Tennessee twice in the regular. Mark Pope, sorry, I don't know who I said. But I'm rooting. Out of all the round one games other than Tennessee, that game is scheduled for me to watch all 4 quarters.
I mean, I'm gonna watch every game regardless. But yes, I'm definitely gonna be tuned in on that one.
Fair enough.
Iowa State and Tennessee State. I said a minute ago when we were talking about Purdue, that would be the one to watch out for. But watch out for this one. Watch out for this one. Tennessee State has had a fantastic year this year in the OVC, and I think they've got the capability. I would feel much better if they were playing against Purdue than Iowa State. So I think Iowa State wins, but watch out for this one to be a close contest. Going back up to the top here, Michigan and St. Louis. I think that this one, St. Louis, is just in a different conference than Michigan, and Michigan is going to blow them out. Texas Tech and Hofstra, this has got the makings to be a very, very good game. Texas Tech, after having a midseason injury to some of their guards, it was either one or two of their guards left him out for the season. They've been struggling some down the stretch. I think that they've got enough that they can get past Hofstra, but it's going to be close. Give me Texas Tech. Tennessee and Virginia. So when you look at these two teams, they have very similar styles, the way that they play, and they have for a long time. Virginia has only lost 5 games on the year, but of those, do you know what their record is against top 25 teams this year?
Are they 1-4 or 0-5?
They're 1-3.
Okay, my fault. I thought they played 5 games. Sorry. Okay, 1-3 over top 25 opponents. All right. Tennessee is technically a top. Are they though? They're a 6 seed.
No, they finished up 23rd in the nation.
Okay, right on. Yeah, I didn't know how that works because you would think top 5 seeds are the top 25 teams. It's funny how they manipulate the system because there's a lot of rules that go into the bracketology, right? So like they have to set it up to where in the first weekend, so the first 2 rounds, SEC can't play SEC. So like conference opponents can't play each other. And it's really hard to do when you got 10 teams in the DACM tournament. So they had to get creative, and that's why I think you've seen Tennessee get the bump to 6. Because I don't think Tennessee's truly a 6 seed.
But I honestly think that Vanderbilt is probably more of a 4 seed than a 5 seed.
Correct. But again, both Tennessee and Vanderbilt. By the way, the 2 biggest you would almost say seeding snubs of the year goes to both the Tennessee teams because Vanderbilt projects more like a 3 to 4 seed, and they're a 5 seed. Tennessee projects a 4 seed, I believe. I think they were like net in the. I think they were 12 in the net.
5 seed, yeah.
Yeah, and then they ended up being a 6 seed. So yeah, that's just something to look out for. But that's exactly why it happened. And but hopefully that doesn't bite Tennessee in the butt. Maybe they still give us a chance against Virginia.
Yeah, when it comes to top 25 teams for Tennessee, they're 4-5 on the season. So they're a little bit more battle tested than Virginia is against top 25 teams. Is that going to matter in this game?
No, it's March.
We'll see. We'll see. I think that
Nothing
Tennessee
matters, Michael.
I think Tennessee can once again play some bully ball. It just depends on if Virginia's guards get hot. I am going to take Tennessee. That's putting on the orange glasses a little bit, putting them in the Sweet 16.
You're allowed to do that.
I do have Iowa State beating Santa Clara. Then I've got Michigan beating Texas Tech.
You're gonna really make Rhonda mad if you pick Texas Tech after they stole our softball player.
Fair enough.
They didn't really steal. They bought her.
Yeah, they did. 100%. But I think this is where Tennessee's run comes to an end.
Oh, yeah.
I think that Iowa State beats them. I think that that's going to be a close game, though. I think
Dude, would
Tennessee
it not be
competes with them.
Dude, if we could find a way to win though, man, that would be awesome.
That would be fantastic. I mean, there's several people saying that Tennessee is their dark horse to make the Final Four. I think that several things have to work out for that to happen. But, I mean, I could see a path.
I mean, Tennessee's got the pieces, but we've just not seen them play all together.
Exactly.
Genuinely. When you have the bigs, like JP Estrella having a 20-point game and Jacoby Gillespie hitting the shots, that never happens in the same game. Especially multiple games in a row, which they're going to need in March. So.
Yep, 100%. Iowa State and Michigan, so I've got the same matchup as you do in the Elite Eight. I'm actually going to take Iowa State in
I
this
knew
one.
you were going to do that.
I think Iowa State ends up getting the win in this one. Look, the Big 12 is like the SEC was last year. The Big 12 has been on fire this year. Every single team. Did I say Big 10? Because I meant Big 12. But Big 12 has been fantastic this year. And I think that Iowa State can beat Michigan. That gives two Big 12 teams right now facing off in the Final Four against one Big 10 team in Michigan State. So we'll go over to the South now. And Florida, they got the number 1 seed in this bracket.
Got put out by Vanderbilt in ugly fashion in the SEC. Man, that was a sight to see. Did not see that coming.
Yeah, I kind of thought the Vanderbilt could win. I didn't expect them to just blow Florida out of the water the way that they did. And I got to watch that on the big screen at Buffalo Wild Wings too. So it was amazing.
Good for you, man.
But Florida playing against the winner of I think that's Prairie View and Lehigh. It doesn't matter. Florida's going to win. I am taking 3 different 9 C's to win as I've got Iowa over Clemson.
Come on now.
I'm not a believer in Clemson. They really started off hot. Then once they got to ACC play, they cooled off in a hurry. Got on a little bit of heater down the stretch, but they're very inconsistent.
They really are.
Vanderbilt and McNeese. This is where, as you mentioned, Vanderbilt got snubbed.
They did.
And having to play against McNeese in the first round,
that's not easy.
It's not a good matchup for Vanderbilt. It's not. McNeese is a good team. And you know what? Give me McNeese to beat Vanderbilt.
Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting that.
All right. McNeese over Vanderbilt in this one. Nebraska and Troy. Did you know that if Nebraska wins this game, this will be their first tournament win ever in school history?
I think they get it done.
They get it done. Nebraska over Troy. North Carolina and VCU.
This one's even more tricky. North Carolina is like bipolar. They're such a bipolar basketball team.
Both of these teams are. VCU
I mean, you got North Carolina that is good enough to beat Duke. The only team basically good enough to beat Duke. And then turn around and lose to Clemson. I mean, come on, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, both of these teams are kind of bipolar. I mean, VCU 27-7 on the year. Let's see, I mean, they did win their last couple of games of the season, but they haven't beat any just really good teams outside of conference play. They lost to Vanderbilt by 15 earlier this year and lost to St. Louis, a tournament team, twice this season, and it wasn't really close. But you know what? Give me VCU over North Carolina.
Yup. And it's just like Rhonda said, that's almost like payback for sneaking in last year to the tournament, bro. They should have been in it.
Yeah, they should not have been in last year.
They should not have been in it.
Illinois and Penn. I don't think this one's very close. Give me Illinois to win. St. Mary's and Texas A&M. I'm actually a believer in St. Mary's this year.
Okay.
I think they're the real deal. Not saying that they're going to win a national title, but I think that they're going to win against Texas A&M in this game. And Houston against Idaho. I don't think this one's close. Houston wins this one. Florida and Iowa. I think Florida begins their return to the national title with this one. They get a win over Iowa. Nebraska and McNeese. Give me Nebraska. I think that they keep it rolling in this one, but McNeese is going to put up a fight. VCU and Illinois. I think Illinois got a chance to make some noise, possibly get to a national title as well. Give me Illinois there. Houston and St. Mary's. If Houston can get the offense going in this game, we know that they've got the defense. Then I think Houston rolls, but St. Mary's is going to put up a fight. Yeah, give me Houston in this contest. It's going to be close.
It's too hard, man. I get it.
Florida against Nebraska.
You already
This is
called
going to
it,
be this is going to be a very close game. But give me Florida to win. Illinois and Houston, a Big 10 versus a Big 12 here. And this is just going to be a knockdown drag out in this game. Both teams are very defensive minded, but give me the experience. Give me Houston to win this game. And you know what? If there's any team in the country that I think can take care of Florida, I think that Houston is one of those teams. Give me Houston to make the Final Four.
Oh, so they're not returning the championship. Okay.
No, they're not.
You only have one seed making the Final Four.
My Final Four is going to be 3 Big 12 teams and a Big 10 team.
I love it.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, let me swap back over to yours.
She's agreeing. Yeah, I've filled out like 2 of them, but it's fine because it's Florida. They're gonna win. I want to agree with you on the Iowa one, but I'm gonna pick Clemson just to be different. And I've already picked 2 9s. You see right across the way I picked a 9 seed. So yeah, I'm gonna just take Clemson, just to be different. It's not gonna matter because I'm picking Florida to win the next game. So whatever. I am picking Vanderbilt to beat McNeese. I think Vanderbilt's just a better team. I think their 80% good, game is still better than McNeese's 100% best game. So give me Vanderbilt. I am going to take Nebraska. I'm going to go a little chalky here in the first round because I'm going to take North Carolina. I'm going to take Illinois. My upset for the first round is Texas A&M over St. Mary's. And then I'm going to take Houston to beat Idaho. And then, I'm going to ride Houston as well here. I want to pick another upset, but I don't. It doesn't matter because I'm taking Houston the next game. So screw it. Let's go North Carolina and then pick Houston to win that game over North Carolina. Illinois is probably going to win. Illinois has literally potential to go to the Final Four. So kind of hard to see them go out in the round of 32. But I think that's a tricky matchup. And North Carolina, for some reason, and I think this is why they got in the tournament last year, I look at North Carolina in March the same way I look at like a Michigan State in March. It's just a basketball blue blood, and it's kind of hard to count them out no matter how bad they are.
Yep.
So give me North Carolina to pull the upset, but then I still got Houston beating them. I'm going to take Vanderbilt to get the upset as well over Nebraska and have a rematch of a very highly anticipated game between Florida and Vanderbilt. This might be one of the biggest, of all the bracket, other than Tennessee, this might be one of the matchups. I'm just hoping it works its way out to getting to this point. The Sweet 16 matchup between Florida and Vanderbilt might be cinema.
It could be.
And I think Florida beats the brakes off of them after what they just got embarrassed to. So give me Florida over Vanderbilt. There is no way Florida allows Vanderbilt to do what happened in the SEC tournament again. There's absolutely no shot. Florida over Houston. I'm going to ride with you. I think it's super rare to see a repeat champion. And for that matter, I think it's super rare to even get the past champion to even make the Final Four. So, I'm going to take Houston because I think Florida is going to be off a really emotional roller coaster of beating Vanderbilt. That I think Houston probably gets an easier win over North Carolina. I don't know, but it'll probably be low scoring. I think Houston's defense is just so good. So give me Houston over Florida. I'm going to agree with you on that one. And I've got two 1 seeds, a 2 seed, and a 4 seed making the Final Four. Give me all of that. Let's go.
Before you give your picks, we've already got madness. As earlier, Howard was up by like 13 points. 7.5 seconds left, and Howard is up 85-83 against UMBC. So we've already got madness going on in the first game of the tournament, this being the first 4. So
Rhonda said
go
that's
ahead.
What the bettors want. You think that's what she's talking about, the Florida Vanderbilt matchup maybe?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Dude, they go crazy over that. I don't know if that's what the bettors want, because I mean I'd almost put the house on Florida, bro. I don't care. Like there ain't no shot they're losing that. All right, Duke Houston.
Houston.
Yeah. Yep. Houston, Arkansas, Michigan.
Are you picking old Arky? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Is Coach Cal gonna do it?
No. I'm taking away the suspense. Give me Houston to win the Natty. I know they just came off a really tough loss in their conference championship game, but I think they've got all the makings of going far in the tournament and being the overall most consistent team. Give me the 2 seed to win it all. And just for funsies, it's going to be Arkansas goes ice cold. Houston's defense is too strong. I'm taking the over-under at like 134 in the championship game. We're going low. We're going low. And maybe that's even too high, honestly. I don't know. But 134 I'm comfortable with. So I've got Houston winning it all.
All right, so Skylar's got Houston. I've also got Houston in the Final Four.
You've got them in play, so we're not totally.
Michigan State against Houston, and Howard did go on to win this game 86-83 over UMBC.
That's crazy.
So great game there. But Michigan State and Houston, 2 very, very good coaches. But what have we been saying? Don't count out Tom Izzo in March, man.
I think you can after like the first 3 rounds.
Maybe so. But you know, I think that he's making one final big run to the national title game. Now, are they going to win? I don't know, but I feel like this is probably his best chance to win another national title before he does retire. I don't know when that's going to be. I'm not speculating anything, but I think that this would be his best chance before he does retire, whenever that is. Arizona and Iowa State. Man, Arizona is just a complete team. I've got Arizona winning that one. My national championship matchup is between Michigan State and Arizona. And you know what? I think Arizona gets it done, man. Arizona over Michigan
with
State.
The 1 seed, baby.
I am going to stick with it. Arizona going to win the whole thing. I think you're going to see some points scored in this one, but you're going to see some good defense as well. I'm going to go 151 is the over-under in this game. I think you're going to see like a 80-71 type game, maybe even closer to that, like 78-73 type game, somewhere along those lines. So that is going to be my national champion, Arizona.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, well, let's go back over to this other one, as that did go a little bit long. I definitely will not go as much in depth on the women's tournament as I do
I'm just picking.
On some of these.
Lady Ball's getting out in the first round? No, I'm joking.
I hope not.
Me neither.
I'll be honest, I have not even looked at the women's bracket, so I don't know what's going on. But before we get into all that, let me give you our segment 2 sponsor, which is Kaizen Painting. Do you want a colorful life? Kaizen is a painting and drywall company that provides residential, commercial, exterior, and interior services. At Kaizen Painting, we understand the importance of a beautifully painted home and properly installed and repaired drywall. We're here to bring your vision to life. We care about providing you with a personalized, efficient, and quality service. If you live in Knoxville and surroundings, contact us for a free estimate at kaizenpainting.com. Color your life the Kaizen way. All right. Swap over the sponsors here.
I got to swap over my bracket, I think, or my share screen to the next tab, right?
Yes. Let's see. I've got mine in.
I'm going to remove from scene. Oh, boy.
By the way, while we're doing this,
we're live.
for anybody that would like to join us, in filling out brackets, you are more than welcome to do that. And make sure that you do join the Vol Fanatics. Let's see. Let me give you the right name. It is the Vol Fanatics Bracket Group is what this one is called. Vol Fanatics Bracket Group. We do have a men's bracket and we have a women's bracket. So be sure to join that. The links are in the description on YouTube. Should be right there towards the top of the screen. So make sure that you join that whenever you fill out your brackets as well.
All right. I'm just going to take the reins again.
All righty.
This is going to be so much more chalky, but it's fine. But we're just going to run through this. UConn, without a doubt. Syracuse, Iowa State. Sure. I'm going to take Iowa State. Maryland, Murray State. Give me Maryland. North Carolina, West Illinois. I know nothing about these teams. Oh, my God. Notre Dame, Fairfield. Sure. Iowa State. Okay, Ohio State's women's team is decently better. I mean, they hosted last year when Tennessee actually beat them. So give me Ohio State. Illinois, Colorado. Sure, give me my first upset. Give me Colorado. Vanderbilt, High Point. Do Vanderbilt all day long. McCalla Blake's all the way. Give me Vanderbilt over Colorado. Give me Ohio State over Notre Dame. Give me North Carolina over Maryland for no reason whatsoever other than the fact that I know UConn and Vanderbilt about to run this freaking bracket. So give me, UConn, Vanderbilt, and dude, I don't think you can. I don't think you can bet against UConn, but I will. Give me Vanderbilt. All right, dude. You wanna take the reins?
Vanderbilt coming out of that side of the bracket.
All right. UConn's definitely coming out of that side of the bracket, but I just don't want to be that guy. I mean, there's going to be like 80% of the brackets are going to have UConn winning the freaking thing, so I just don't want to be one of those. It's fine. I like to be different. I'm built different.
All right, UConn against UTSA. UConn, no problem there. Probably taking whatever spread that is. Iowa State and Syracuse. Give me Iowa State in this one.
Yep.
Maryland against Murray State. Give me Maryland. North Carolina going up against Western Illinois. Give me North Carolina. Notre Dame against Fairfield. Give me Notre Dame in this one. Ohio State and Howard. Ohio State. Illinois and Colorado. Give me Illinois. And Vanderbilt over High Point. Very chalk in that first round. UConn against Iowa State. Give me UConn in this one. Maryland and North Carolina. This could be a very intriguing matchup. I know Maryland had some good wins in conference play, so give me Maryland over North Carolina. Notre Dame and Ohio State. Ohio State, a very good team. Notre Dame, a traditional good team, but give me Ohio State because I believe they've got the home court advantage. Vanderbilt against Illinois. Give me Vanderbilt. UConn against Maryland. I'm not betting against UConn there. And Vanderbilt against Ohio State. I think Ohio State can make this tricky for Vanderbilt, but I am going to take Vanderbilt to win, and I'm taking UConn to beat Vanderbilt and make the Final Four.
And that's the smart way to go. Go ahead, take it on.
All right, so regional two.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
Why in the men's bracket do they have it East, West, Midwest, whatever, and then in the women's they have it regional 1, regional 2, why is that? Do you know?
So they don't have as many sites that host because all of the men's are at neutral site locations.
Sure. And I know the women's
and the women's
get to host. Yeah.
Yes. So they kind of do it regionally before they get to those neutral site hostings.
I got you.
And
fair enough.
I think it's only 2 different locations. It's like it's like Greenville and then like Seattle or something like that, or some of the host locations. So that's why they do it by regions instead of like the South, Midwest, East, and all that, like the men.
I appreciate you elaborating.
Yeah, and anybody that has any other feedback
Man,
on
it'd be
that,
nice to have some Lady Vols back in TBA, but
yeah,
they're just not that good.
100%. UCLA against Cal Baptist. UCLA is going to take this no problem. Princeton and Oklahoma State. For some reason, I feel like they played last year, and I think Princeton beat Oklahoma State. Don't hold me to that, but
I'll ride it.
Give it to me again. Give me Princeton over
it.
Oklahoma State.
I'll do it.
Ole Miss and Gonzaga. Give me Ole Miss in this one.
Ole Miss
Green Bay. It seems like every year they have a team that makes it into the tournament, but Minnesota's going to get the win there. Baylor against either Nebraska or Richmond.
I think it's going to be Nebraska, I think. Unless March
Probably.
is March, but I think it's going to be Nebraska. And that's kind of an intriguing matchup. Nebraska's women's not terrible. Doesn't matter for you, Baylor.
Yeah, I'm going to take Baylor in that one. Duke and Charleston, give me Duke. Villanova and Texas Tech, give me Villanova in this one. I don't know much about either one of them, but I'm going to take that upset there. And LSU and Jacksonville, give me LSU.
Oh, Mulkey.
UCLA going up against Princeton, give me UCLA. Ole Miss and Minnesota, give me the Rebels. Playing some good ball right now. Baylor and Duke, and this is former Lady Vol led. Was it? I cannot remember her last name, but it's Kara Lawson. Kara Lawson led Duke team. Give me Duke in that one.
There you go.
Villanova and LSU, give me LSU. UCLA and Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss can keep it interesting, but UCLA gets to win. Duke and LSU. Give me Duke over old Kim Mulkey. And then UCLA going up against Duke. I'm actually going to take Duke to beat UCLA in this one. I think the Duke makes the Final Four here. I don't want to go all one seeds on the women's side. So I think that this is the best place for it to happen. Give me Duke making the Final Four over UCLA here.
I love it. I'm going to do something kind of unique because a lot of my picks are going to be similar to you, but I am going to pick UCLA. I am going to pick. I told you I'd ride with you on Princeton, so let's do it. I'm going to take Ole Miss. I'm going to take Minnesota. But here's where I'm going to defer, and I love doing this, but I'm going to call my shot, say Nebraska wins the first game, and then they beat Baylor as well. So give me Nebraska. Okay. The problem is like I know I can do that knowing that Duke's going to win the next game regardless. I'm going to just go ahead and pick that one. But I think it would be cool if Nebraska picks the 11-6 upset. I think that would be awesome. I'm going to take Texas Tech solely because I know their players are paid better than Villanova. And then LSU. I'll take LSU to beat Texas Tech. And then I have a Duke versus LSU matchup. And, boy, this is intriguing. But give me LSU and Kim Mulkey. UCLA is going to beat Princeton. Ole Miss versus Minnesota. I'm going to ride with you on that one. I like that pick a lot. But I think UCLA beats them. I think it's UCLA versus LSU. And, ooh. Give me LSU.
LSU to the Final Four.
That's right. I've got LSU. Oh, man, I shouldn't have done that. That is not good. That is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. I'm going on record right now to saying my bracket's busted by a million. This is not happening. LSU and Vanderbilt being 2 seeds SEC teams, this is not happening. I'm sorry. It's just not. But I'm going to move on. Texas. I think I have the opportunity to do the funniest thing, actually. Let's do it. I think y'all just predicted what I'm about to do here. Let's do it. Why not? Virginia Tech, Oregon. SEC teams. You dang right, bro. Why not? Texas, South Carolina. I mean, it's not like impossible, but it's not gonna happen. Give me Virginia Tech. No, I picked a 9 Let's go Oregon. Kentucky over James Madison. Why not? West Virginia over Miami of Ohio. Sure. Alabama, Rhode Island. No kidding. Give me Alabama. Alabama's not a bad team. I can't believe they're a 6 seed. Louisville, Vermont. Let's go Louisville. NC State, Tennessee. Give me the Lady Vols to get revenge. Michigan, Tennessee. Give me the Lady Vols to make the Sweet 16. to play Louisville, where they will lose that one. I'm gonna just go ahead and pick Louisville. I don't want there to be any like suspense or build up. Texas over Oregon. Give me West Virginia over Kentucky. And then I'll take Texas over West Virginia. I'll take Texas to go all the way to the Final Four. And yes, we are doing it, folks. This is shaping up to be an all-SEC Final Four. Oh, man, Greg Secchi, you better pay me if this happens, man. I'm telling you, this is going to be awesome. All right, you take the floor for the last two.
All right, so Texas, it doesn't even matter who they're playing. Texas is going to win there.
That's what I'm saying.
Oregon and Virginia Tech. I am going to pick Oregon to win this game. Kentucky and James Madison. Watch out for James Madison. It seems like every single sport, it doesn't matter who it is.
JMU, baby. Especially baseball.
James Madison
Especially
is
baseball.
Sneaky good, but give me Kentucky to win that one. West Virginia, they've got a very good team this year. Give me West Virginia to win that one. Alabama against Rhode Island. I am going to take the Tide. Louisville going up against Vermont. Give me Louisville. NC State and Tennessee. I wonder if this is the lowest seed that Tennessee has ever been.
It's got to be.
It's got to be close. But as you mentioned,
that's the lowest seed you can get, I believe. I don't think you can be below a 10 seed. You're either a 10 seed or you're out.
They could probably be they could be an 11 seed because that would put them as like it'd
be a play-in game.
The last four in.
Or do they even do play-in games? Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I see it on the other side of the bracket. Yep. All right, cool.
Yeah, so,
awesome.
Actually, I want to look at this game.
The line is close.
It's very close.
Dude, just give me Talasia Cooper back, bro. I don't know what the heck happened in the SEC championship or the SEC tournament, but if Talasia Cooper plays worth a darn, has a double digits, I think the freshmen are coming around to be able to carry the rest of the team, and I genuinely think that they have a chance to pull this upset. 2-10 versus top 25. NC State's only 1-what?
1-5.
Yeah. Come on.
I am going to take Tennessee in this one because, as you mentioned, they played earlier this year. NC State stole one from Tennessee.
It was the first game of the year. It was the first game of the year.
That's how they opened up the season. Yep. So give me Tennessee in that one. Then Michigan and Holy Cross, give me Michigan. Texas and Oregon, I'm going to take Texas. I'm going to take West Virginia over Kentucky as well.
Oh, yeah.
Alabama and Louisville. I'm actually going to take the Tide in this one.
That's right.
Michigan and Tennessee. I think Michigan takes this one. It's just going to be too much for Tennessee.
I still think a round of 32 exits not the worst case scenario. I mean, honestly, like if they can find a way just to win a game, I think that's a win for Kim Caldwell.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's what a lot of folks want them to win a game because there's a lot of people. Apparently, there was people that came to Danny White saying they want him to go ahead and get rid of Kim Caldwell. And I'm sorry, I could not disagree more with that.
Yeah, I genuinely don't care about that. That's just money heads talking. That's fine. Danny White's not going to admit that he's wrong, so she's staying. She's staying for at least another year. At least. Yeah. Texas, West Virginia.
Texas against West Virginia. This one really intrigues me. West Virginia is a very good team in the Big 12. Texas also a very good team out of the SEC. They won the conference championship this year. Give me Texas in a close matchup. Alabama going up against Michigan. Give me Michigan in that one. And then Texas against Michigan in the Elite Eight. Give me Texas because I will not pick Michigan to win anything.
All right.
No reasoning whatsoever except
they sign stealing over there.
They always do. You can never count them out on that. Anyway, Regional 4, starting off with South Carolina. Doesn't matter who they play either. It's going to be an easy win. Clemson against USC. I'm actually going to take USC in this one. They've got that big girl down low. Cannot remember what her name is, but if she gets going, she's hard to stop.
I agree with that take.
Michigan State against Colorado State. Give me Michigan State. Oklahoma and Idaho. Give me Oklahoma. Washington against South Dakota State. I'm going to pull an upset somewhere out here, so let me just take South Dakota State. There's going to be upsets happen. There will be. We've really not picked many of them, but I'm going to pick one here and just ride with it. TCU against UC San Diego. Give me TCU. Georgia against either Virginia or Arizona State.
Mm-hmm.
And give me whoever wins out of that one.
Not taking Georgia, dude.
I mean,
no, I agree with that.
Just like on the men's side, Georgia is just very hit or miss on the women's side.
Yeah,
and
Georgia's a very mid program as far outside of football. They really are.
When it comes to basketball, they are. Baseball. We'll talk about that in a little bit. They did beat Tennessee this past weekend, but
hey,
it could have gone either way.
Stop. Yeah, no, stop.
Iowa getting a win over FDU. South Carolina and USC. South Carolina is going to have a plan to
which USC
shut down. It's going to be the one on the East Coast instead of the West Coast.
Yeah. All right, cool, awesome. Just wanted to make sure. USC Junior, then got it.
Yeah. Michigan State against Oklahoma. Give me Michigan State in that one.
Ooh.
TCU and
that's
South
not Tom
State.
Izzo.
I mean TCU. I know. Iowa. Yeah, give me Iowa, even though they don't have Caitlin Clark. South Carolina going up against Michigan State. Give me South Carolina there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Iowa and TCU. I'm going to take TCU in this one. But
you're just making South Carolina's life easier.
as South Carolina makes it to the Final Four.
So at least we did the bottom bracket the same. You did South Carolina, Texas. I mean, you can't not do that, dude. They're literally two of the best teams in the league.
Yep.
Period. All right, cool. What's your Final Four looking like? You're doing the same thing.
No, that was actually yours. Let me put
that's
mine
me.
back
Dang.
up.
Dude, I got excited there for a second.
So my Final Four is going to be UConn, South Carolina, Texas, and Duke.
3 1 seeds. Yuck. All right. Give me South Carolina. I'm going to be quick. Give me USC. I like that pick. Give me Colorado State. Screw it. Give me Oklahoma. Give me Washington. Give me TCU. I kind of like your take there, but I've done it before, so I'm going to take Georgia. Give me Iowa. Give me Iowa again over Georgia. Give me Washington over TCU. Give me Oklahoma. I disagree with you. I think Oklahoma's going to go a little bit further, but I think they get put up by South Carolina. So, South Carolina, Oklahoma. Again, I'm just an SEC lover in the women's basketball game, man. I'm telling you. They're the premier conference of women's basketball. Give me South Carolina. Give me Iowa over Washington. So, I have a 1-2 matchup here. Give me South Carolina. And, yeah, I did. I mean, I at this point, I purposely did it, but I didn't realize I was doing it on the first 2 picks. Let me disclaimer, like when I picked Vanderbilt and LSU, I didn't realize what I was doing here. That's what happens when you don't look at the bracket before you start filling it out. But I do have an all SEC Final Four. And
all right, so which SEC team is going to pull it out?
Vanderbilt versus Texas, and I will take Texas to win it all.
Texas to win
with
the national
overall
title.
being 109. I think it's gonna be low scoring. 109. No, let's go 115. There we go.
115.
So mid bracket.
All right,
We're in there.
So my Final Four, I've got UConn against South Carolina on one side, Duke against Texas on the other. Both of these are going to be fantastic games.
Fact.
Honestly, the national championship game is probably going to be played in the Final Four between UConn and South Carolina. Whoever wins that one is probably going to win it all.
I'd agree with that. I mean, that's 2 of the best coaches in the current state of women's basketball. I mean, that's 2 of the best coaches. I mean, that's an insane matchup.
And even though I'd rather both of them lose, I am not going to pick Gino to win another title. So give me South
So what I'm
Carolina.
hearing is you're rooting for my bracket to happen because I had Vanderbilt winning. So come on, you like my bracket.
I don't like the Vanderbilt's winning because I don't want them to win either.
Bro, she is good.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't mean I have to root for it. But Duke against Texas. Do we see another rematch, or does Duke come out of there? I'm going to make some sort of all SEC here, so go ahead and give me Texas to play against South Carolina.
It's hard because when you watch Texas run the SEC tournament the way they did, it's kind of hard not to bet on them. I mean, they looked apart. So they're playing hot. Who are you taking to win it?
I think after the way that South Carolina got beat in the SEC title game, I think they take it in the national title. And I think we're going to be looking at.
I don't like that pick.
I'm going to go 143 total points in this one. So
here's my problem. That's probably going to happen. I think South Carolina is. I mean, obviously she's a great coach, but I just don't want anybody getting close. Like, obviously Gino's way surpassed, but I don't know. Like, a part of me just doesn't want any other coach to get close to pass. It's 8, and I feel like she's going to get there. Like, I mean, she's got 3 now. What? Dawn Staley has 3, I believe.
I believe so. She's either got 2 or 3.
I know she's got more than 2. So, I just whatever. It's fine. She can have a 4th, I guess. It's cool. But she needs to slow the she needs to slow the heck down. Okay, it's done. All right, dude. What a second. That was long.
It was. So let's talk a little bit about. Let's start with Tennessee softball. Let's start on the high note for this past weekend as Tennessee softball goes down to Starkville, play against Mississippi State, and they did suffer. Let's see, South Carolina winning all. Last time they got put out in SEC tournament, they won it.
I agree with that.
Yes, they did.
I agree with that. So
yes, they did.
I think I like your championship pick there. So,
unfortunately, but Tennessee softball went down to Starkville this past weekend. They did suffer their first loss of the season, but yes, yes, Carly Pickens is back as she pitched in that season finale. Or that series finale against Mississippi State. But let's go back to the absolute barn burner of a game. And I say that jokingly, by the way. Mm-hmm. Let's go to that first game that went to 9 innings where it was tied at 0-0 entering the 9th inning. I think Mississippi State only had 1 hit, as a matter of fact, until the 9th inning. But Tennessee... They get 2 base runners on in the top of the 9th inning. Oh, yeah, Sage Marjetko pitched
Sage Marjetko
gem of a game.
She's a dog. Like, exactly what you need when you're trying to pick up a teammate that's still recovering and whatnot. Man, what a I don't know. It's so refreshing to see it. Like, you know, this team has been so reliant on KP. It's nice to see the other pitchers come around.
It's been a breath of fresh air seeing Erin Newer have the start that she did, and then Sage Marjetko after a rocky start in her first couple of appearances, she's looked like the better pitcher out of her and Erin Newer as of late. And I messaged you after. Well, I messaged you after this weekend's games. I said, we've got a true 1-2-3 punch in Marjetko, Erin Newer, and Carlin Pickens right now.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like, even in our loss that we took, our first loss of the year, like, you can't blame the pitching on that. You lost it 0-1 in walk-off fashion. You got to blame, and Karen Weekly went off on our offense saying that, like, look, our at-bats were terrible. Like, you got to give credit where credit's due. Like, their pitching was good, but, like, we didn't go up there with a game plan. We didn't go up there with an idea of what we wanted to look at or, you know, that pitch we wanted to see, and we just kind of went up there, and honestly, you could copy and paste and use that for the baseball team, man. Our baseball team's at-bats here lately have been just – I mean, they were better this last week. We'll talk about it. But you know, just overall, our pitching has been solid. It's been so good to see. And, in game 1, man, Mackenzie Butt just coming in the clutch.
Yeah, after 2 straight singles to start the top of the 9th inning, Tennessee got 2 outs. At that point, it looked like they were going to go scoreless again, and then Mackenzie Butt gets up there and hits the big 3-run home run, give Tennessee a 3-0 lead. But
was it a full count when she did it? I want to say
no. Okay. Very first pitch she saw.
No kidding. Oh, good for her, man.
Yeah,
good for her. That was awesome. What a game.
But Mississippi State didn't go away quietly as the very first batter that Sage Marjetko saw in the bottom of the 9th hit a home run to left center, make it 3-1. And then after a foul out and then a runner reaching on an error, they went to Erin Newer, who got the last 2 outs of the game and sealed Tennessee's day 1 win. Then day 2, as you mentioned, it was another pitcher's duel throughout the entire game as no runs were scored until the final inning as Maddie Rutan let me see. Maddie Rutan ended up closing out this game. Let's see if it's yours.
By the way, quick shout out while you're looking that up. Aaron Newer having to come in late games, high pressure situations. She did it last weekend. She came in and bases loaded and needed to get like an out or something, and she was able to force that ground ball, get that out. And then she did it again, where she came in a late game situation to secure the win. And like the pressure doesn't phase her. I love that. Even when she starts the game and she gets rattled, right? Because this happened last weekend where she started the game, didn't have her best stuff, but then ended up coming back in the 7th inning and in a high pressure situation, but they just needed a change of arms, and she was able to come in that clutch moment and get that out. And man, that's awesome. That's kudos to her and having short memory and being able to lock in. It's so unique. Softball, I love the fact that you can pitch, get benched, and then come back and redeem yourself in the same game. And Aaron Newer's done that, multiple times now already early on in the SEC play.
So, Skylar, ask me this. How did this work? So, Maddie Rutan actually got to start in this game, and she went 4 2/3 innings. So, yeah, fifth inning here. So, yeah, went 4 2/3 innings.
Yeah, I don't have the box score in front of me.
And that's when Aaron Newer came into the game, and she actually gave up the walk-off home run in the bottom of the 7th inning, but they pinned the loss on Rutan here. How does that work exactly?
Glitch in the system, buddy. I have no idea.
Very well could be. But yeah, either way, I mean, just it was not a good night for Tennessee batters, as they actually struck out 10 times and only had 2 hits on the day. One of those by Sophia Knight, the other one by Ella Dodge. Just wasn't a good day. But a shout out to Mississippi State's pitching staff, as they've got a very good pitching staff.
Dude,
as
pitching
well.
Staff's solid, bro.
Yeah.
When you got Karen Weekly giving you compliments the way she was on the radio show on the EH, dude, they were saying like to have a drop ball and a curveball, the drop ball like 6 inches worth of drop or whatever she was saying. But then she said the curveball that girl was throwing was like 8 to 10 inches horizontal curve, and that is insane. Literally the size of the plate. That is insane amount of movement at only 30 something feet. Like, I don't know what the pitcher's mound is for softball. I know it's substantially
48.
Shorter. Yeah, I was gonna say I know it's a lot shorter than baseball.
45, something like that.
But regardless, but them like Harlan Pickens when she pitches, she jumps 10 feet before she even lets go of the ball. So I mean, like, I don't know, man. What a pitching staff Mississippi State's got. I think they're going to be a team that's going to be forced to be reckoned with. I think we may see them again in the postseason outside the SEC tournament. Yeah, outside the SEC tournament. So it was a tournament type game, Rhonda. You're absolutely right. The pressure's on, but look, guys, there ain't no rest for the wicked. We had no midweek games this week for softball, and they go right around and play Florida, who's like 29-1 and undefeated in SEC play right now. So it's Tennessee, even though they've been number 1 pretty much all season in the preseason. We're in the thick of it now. We're going to have to lock in and win off some shit. It's going to be very important that our bats come around and stay a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, 100%. But Tennessee, for the majority of the weekend, they got the clutch hits when they needed it. Couldn't come away with one in Game 2, but in Game 3 here, game tied 1-1 going into the 4th inning, and Emma Clark with a big home run to left center field, and then just add a little bit of insurance in the 7th as Mississippi State brought in Faircloth again after Tennessee got 2 base runners, one on a single, one on a walk. Ended up actually 2 walks and a single, had the bases loaded with 2 outs, and Ella Dodge delivered with a 2-run single, giving us a 4-1 lead, and Carlin Pickens took care of business from there, only giving up 1 hit in her first appearance back in the pitcher's circle. She did walk 4 batters, still had 6 strikeouts, but that 1 hit being the home run in the 3rd inning. Otherwise,
100 career strikeouts. Yep.
That's insane, man. That is absolutely insane.
That's dumb. There's people that play basketball that won't even get 700 points, and she's got 700 career strikeouts.
I would need to do some research, but I wonder what her strikeout to walk ratio is, because I'm sure it's probably just an insane ratio.
I mean,
if she's got 700 strikeouts, I would say probably.
I'd say it's +7. I'd say she probably has 100.
I would say I would say 100 to 150. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe in the sixes, but yeah, I mean that's still insane. I'll take that all day long.
Yeah, 100%. But another series win for Tennessee.
That's right.
And honestly, are you not? Obviously, we wanted to see Tennessee just keep winning. But does it not kind of feel good to get your first loss, because every single win that you had when you were undefeated, the pressure was just going to keep mounting. How long can they keep it going? How long could they keep it going? And if you make it super far into the SEC regular season, does the pressure not finally get to you at that point, and maybe you start losing a couple of games that you shouldn't?
I mean, maybe, but I think this team's mature enough to not allow that to really be the factor.
I agree.
I genuinely think this team just has a different mindset. I don't think they're running the table. I think there will be more losses to come. I think that just happens when when the competition just stiffens up a little bit. But overall, they put themselves in such a good spot where they don't necessarily have to win the SEC to still be like a top seed in the tournament. But we all want that, and this team deserves that. This team has every capability of doing what the baseball team did, where they just sweep the regular season, the tournament, and the big dance, the softball national championship. They have that type of caliber team, but it's just so hard to do that in a game like softball or baseball. It's really hard to do that. So no, I think I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt. I do think the Lady Vol softball team is the better team, no matter who they line up and play on the field in any given day. I think they're the better team.
But, I'm going to say the same thing that we said about baseball. Just go out there and take 2 out of 3.
Yes,
I don't care who you're playing.
And keep winning the Sunday games. Like that is so key. And Karen Weekly in her career has always been good in rubber matches, but Sunday games in particular, they just found a way to win. So yeah, keep doing that. And man, I think Mississippi State's pitching is really, really good. Now, I'm not going to discredit Florida, but us getting shut out, I think, is going to be very rare.
Yes. You could not say that about Tennessee softball teams of the past, but this season, yes, it's going to be very hard to shut out this Tennessee team. Yeah. So that says a lot that Mississippi State was able to do it. Their pitching staff is very good. That might be the best pitching staff that we see throughout all of SEC play, maybe even the entire season.
That's right. So I don't know. Give me the Lady Vols. I'm riding with them.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about Tennessee baseball, as they ended up dropping the series this weekend to Georgia. But I've got some thoughts on that. Is it wrong of me to say that I feel a little bit better about Tennessee baseball after this past weekend than I did going into this series? Because I mean,
do. If you're a moral victories kind of guy, maybe, but.
Well, I felt like,
No, there was one thing that was
last weekend against Wright State, I just felt like we didn't see any energy on the offensive side. We saw some terrible at-bats, and we still saw a lot of bad at-bats against Georgia this past weekend. But I felt like we saw better offense. We saw a more explosive offense this weekend against Georgia than we did see. So that makes me feel better. But ultimately, there's still a lot of things that we got to get fixed overall, because you honestly should have swept this past weekend. You really should have. And you gave one away in Game 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You were up 5-0 in Game 3. Just lack of execution, lack of focus, I think. Maybe I think the team thought they won, and then no, man, that's tough. I think that's a good learning moment for Coach Elander, because I think there was a big fumble of management in that game. But at the end of the day, the fellas that are on the field still got to go play. And, I don't Elander trusted his guys, and it is what it is, man. It's baseball, but it's still just a crappy way to lose. You even got the big hit that you thought you needed, but what rubs me the wrong way is unless you hit the home run, don't pimp it. And
in fairness, it was a home run.
It was on the wall. Like, I'm saying, unless that ball is 50 foot beyond the fence, that was embarrassing, bro. Like, him slamming down the bat, pumping his chest, and then it gets robbed. Like that was a very humbling moment, I think, for that player, for the team. And they'll take that back and go back to the lab and man, all they can do is go one game at a time. It's going to be a long season for the baseball team, man. This is not going to be I don't think they're going to be a top 4 or 5 team in the SEC. They're going to have to go out and earn it. And I don't know, man. It's tough. But I mean, yes, I don't really feel better about the team. I think they are what they are. And I don't think Georgia's really a top 10 team either. So that's why I don't put a lot of stock into that. But maybe they are. Maybe Tennessee's better than I think. But I think Tennessee is exactly. I think they're ranked like 23rd or something like that in the nation. And that's where I think they are. I mean, they kind of seem like a team that's ranked very barely in the top 25 as of right now.
Yeah, but you still saw some good things. Henry Ford 2 for 5 on the night with a home run. Manny Marion staying hot at the plate with a double and a home run. Stone Lawless finally got a little bit of a monkey off his back in this game with a solo home run. So, I mean, you saw some good things on the offensive side. I'm really liking Brandon Arvidsson out of the pen. Honestly, I think that he could compete for one of the 2 guys either Saturday or Sunday for a starting spot, in my opinion. Brandon Arvidsson looks really good out of the pen. But you held a high-powered Georgia offense in this game to 4 runs. You did the same thing on Saturday, only giving up 4 runs. That was just a game where Tennessee couldn't get the offense going. You end up with 7 hits, but you left 7 batters on base. You only scored 2 runs in that one. Landon Mack played a pretty good game overall. He did give up 2 home runs, but I believe both of those were one of them might have been a 2-run home run. I think the other one was a solo home run. But in this game, it was a lot of missed opportunities. Manny Marion still stayed hot from the plate, but he was the only one that had multiple hits in this game. You see a 1 for 4, 1 for 3, 0 for 4 from Henry Ford, 1 for 4, 1 for 4. Stone Lawless back to 0 for 3. Tyler Myatt 1 of 4. Manny Marion 2 of 4. And then Jay Abernathy just struggling at the plate right now, 0 of 4 on the day. So got to get some better at-bats going on in this one.
No, 100%. I ain't got really much on this weekend. I didn't really get to watch the games, unfortunately, but it was just a heartbreaker the way they lost that game 3. I was paying attention to that game, and, man, that was just a fumble of the bag. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that game, you mentioned it, up 5-0 to start the game, and I know that the weather started getting bad towards the
yeah, it did. It was raining, like, since the third inning on. But Rhonda brings up a good question. Like, what's going on with Braden Krenzel? Just doesn't seem to like that the improvement, that steady improvement you typically see out of a player from year 1 to year 2 to year 3. Like, I feel like Krenzel's maybe, I don't know.
It's almost like he's regressed a little bit. I don't know if he's got some sort of an injury going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, what the case may be. But yeah, I expected more out of him this season.
I also expected
he's just not delivering.
Name is slipping on me, but you know exactly what it is. It was our mid reliever last year that just took over one of the postseason games, I think in the SEC tournament. I thought he would be more of like a starting role this year.
No, that's Brandon Arvidsson. That's the guy that I've been kind of voting for him.
We're all high on him. I
have a chance at one of those starting spots, and
I don't know if
the
our
reason
starting
why
pitching
he wasn't
a problem though. I mean,
it's more the relieving. I mean,
it is.
You did have Evan Blanco, what was it, a couple weeks ago, just have a bad performance, but the starting pitching hadn't been bad.
No.
But yeah, Arvidsson, he did have an injury coming into the first part of the season, which is why we didn't see him for like the first weekend or two, but I think 100% he could compete for it. He's going to have to be a guy to really have probably a rubber arm like a Kirby Cannell type deal. I think you're going to see him not get the appearances or the spotty appearances the way that Cannell did, but I think he's going to have to come in and really clean up a lot of things this year because he's the one guy that Tennessee's going to rely on out of the pen. I mean, another guy that has really done well so far this year, but if anybody starts teeing up on him, then it's kind of over with. And that's who is it? Bo Rudy? Is that the sidearm from ETSU, or is that Hang on, let me go back to game
I don't know.
one.
I don't recall.
When I see the name, I'll know exactly who it is. Go back to game one because I know he got playing that one. No, Frederick. Cannot remember his first name, but Frederick is the this guy I'm thinking of. Brady Frederick. Yeah, he's really solid overall out of the pen. But you need to find who those guys are, and you got to figure out your bullpen because you're going to need them this season. But cap things off in this show.
Yep. What we got?
Spring football.
I know who the starter's going to be.
Do you?
No, nobody does.
No.
I'll tell you what, though.
Nobody knows.
Fajon Brandon does not look like a freshman. G-Mac looked like a freshman last year, okay? Smaller. I mean, he's tall. He's like 6'6", 6'8". I don't know. He's stupid tall. But very, very thin. Very lanky, like Eric Ainge described himself, kind of like when he got to college, very much like Eric Ainge. Fajon Brandon is almost as tall as G-Mac, and I didn't realize that. And he has definitely got a little bit more weight to him. And I like that. But I think the competition is absolutely open. And Josh Heupel's already came out and said, dude, like, he's not even naming a starter until at earliest fall camp. So don't even anticipate having an idea of who's taking the lead or who's taking the reins. But I love the fact that the boys are going into spring and they're just learning. I don't even think they're going into each spring practice right now thinking it's a competition. I think they're just thinking about it like, hey, how can we be better in the system, learn the system, and better produce for our offense and our guys? Because I'm telling you right now, Tennessee's getting a lot of hate. Their over-under opened at 6.5. It's since raised to 7.5 on FanDuel wins. 7.5 wins on the season. And if you were to just take away the quarterback position on the offense, dude, we might be one of the most experienced teams Heupel's had since he's been here.
Yeah.
And I can promise you, Heupel's proven that no matter who's at quarterback, they're going to produce. So, not that there's a lot of pressure that rides on this competition, but man, it's I'm excited about it. I do want the best person to win. I don't have a favorite. Just show me who's the best guy that's going to not just play the best, but like, man, take over that leadership role. Give me that Hendon-like attitude in the huddle that will bring the guys together and just get the best out of everybody in the huddle. Like, that's what I need that. I know they're younger, so it's going to be harder to get that, but man, I'd love to see it. Love to see it.
Yeah. You know, I wish that things were updated on the website because I saw somebody say that Tennessee strength and conditioning coach is really, really showing what's been going on. Like Gabriel Osenda, for instance, he's listed right now. Let me go down to him. Let's see.
And they've only been working out for 6.5 week period.
He is listed at 6'8", 330 pounds. That's a big boy on the offensive line. But I was trying to look and compare some of these guys, what their weight was last year and what it is this year, but it looks like most of them are still showing kind of the same as Ethan Davis, listed at 6'5", 245 both years. So I was really wanting to see if they had updated weights and things on there to kind of see the difference in strength and conditioning. But I mean, it's going to be a fun spring because we're going to have a lot to talk about when it comes to Tennessee football as well because of the competition that's going on at quarterback. I think there's going to be some wide receiver competition as well. I mean, obviously Mike Matthews coming back again, Braylon Staley coming back again, but who's going to be that third guy that's going to take Chris Brazel's spot? I mean, you've got guys like Travis Smith Jr. that can absolutely come out there and do it. Radarius Jackson can come in there and do it as well. I mean, you've got numerous guys that can step in,
man. Those dudes are dogs,
and fill those other spots. I mean, who are you going to have filling spots on the defensive side of the ball? You've got several of these transfers that can play, but you got some talented young guys that can play as well. We got so much that we can talk about this spring whenever it comes to the football team, and I'm super excited for it. I'm already planning on going up for that orange and white game, so it's going to be really fun.
You want to go on the boat? If it's warm,
we might be able to do
Navy
it
for the spring game, baby.
Hey, we might be able to do that, man. We'll definitely have to see about that.
Absolutely, brother.
But yeah, it's going to be a fun spring talking about football, and I honestly feel like that the target for next season kind of came out kind of low on FanDuel, but I know us being Vols fans, we're also a little bit higher. I'm thinking that win total should have been around 8.5. I could see 8-4, possibly 9-3. I think that's where the win total should have been instead of opening at 6.5.
Yeah, I got a little butthurt about that opening number, and so I looked at FanDuel immediately, and it was at 7.5 when I opened it, and I put a bill on it. I didn't even care. Like I just think that it bothered me. It was almost like insulting. I'm like, boy, no. Like I feel like our floor with Josh Heupel's 8-4, and I'm gonna believe that until he lets me down. I just feel like it is. Like I feel like he went 7-6 our first year, right? Since then, he has won 8 games or more every single year.
And really, we won 8 games that first season as well because we did not lose to Purdue.
I agree a million. Do postseason wins count for the over/under total? I think that's regular season, though, right?
It's just regular season.
Okay, then yeah, I'm still fine with it. I do think the floor is 8-4. And when we do our predictions, that's exactly what I'm going to say. I just think that's our floor now. I think Josh Heupel's raised our floor, and that's I couldn't ask for better. Our ceiling used to be 8-4, so it's just nice. I mean, I think until I get proven wrong, I think our floor is 8-4, and yeah, the 7.5 total. I put a bill on it. I don't even care. Give me all that. If I lose it, then I deserve to. That's a double loss. I don't care, but I just know I'm riding with my boys there. It is harder, non-conference wins, but after the first scrimmage, I'll have a better idea on what to really hone in and focus on because I'm really intrigued about the defensive backs group.
Exactly.
Just a lot of change there. So.
Yeah. So you got anything else before we close out tonight?
Yes, one thing personally. Shout out, it's St. Patrick's Day, which means I have 2 very important birthdays in my family, and I want to shout them out. My grandfather, Scott Tarpley, the only other Tarpley in my family. I'm carrying the name. Let's go. No pressure. And then I think he's like grand age of like 47. I'm joking. He's definitely in his mid-60s now. He's living life. But Dallin Ray Woodard as well, my cousin. That dude, I think he just turned 15. He's nervous about his driver's test. He's a joy to be around. But big shout-outs. They share a birthday, so I thought that was kind of cool. And happy birthday to those guys, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, happy birthday to them. And also, make sure that if you do fill out a bracket, you join our Fanatics bracket group on the ESPN Tournament Challenge. The links are in the YouTube description on these videos. I think it's also on Facebook as well. But we do have a men's group and a women's group. So be sure that if you fill one out, you join that group there. And from Skylar and from myself, as always, go Big Orange.
Go Big Orange.